All right, welcome back to LearnWire. We're going to be looking at Paperguide, which just landed today, I believe on Monday, October 28th. So this is a software that can simplify and manage your research with an AI assistant that answers questions, writes papers, and more. We'll go ahead and scroll down and see who they can kind of compare themselves to. Copy AI, Grammarly, Jasper. This, just by looking at it, reminds me of a 4A, something like that, one of those softwares. It's this one right here, a 4AI. This one is just kind of similar. They also related themselves to Copy AI and Jasper. What I'm actually kind of looking at is that this actually looks like it's very similar to a Google Notebook LM. So we'll kind of look at and see what we can do for this. But this is a little bit more on the educational side of writing papers that are well researched. You know, the challenge with using ChatGPT or Claude AI or any of those kind of large language models is that they tend to hallucinate and create gibberish and non-fact content. You definitely can't control where the facts are coming from when it writes content. And even if you feed it PDFs and information, there's still no telling what it's going to actually come back with for you. So softwares like this is where Paperguide comes in. If you're needing to write research papers and things like that, then this is probably something that's going to be meaningful to you and usable to you. Another thing that is kind of noticeable is that they are saying that it's best for bloggers, educators, and entrepreneur people as well. Now, for bloggers, I can imagine people that really want to have a lot of control over facts and the information sources that they're getting their information from when they're writing blog posts and outlines and so forth. That's where a Paperguide would come in as well. So we're going to dive in and take a look at it. You can go and kind of read the sales page. I'm not going to go over it in depth, but what I am going to do, let's go over here and just look if there's anything notable. You get 1,000+ citation styles. You can chat with your PDFs, chat with open access papers, chat with reference library, research reference manager, all kinds of good stuff. Semantic scholar mode, supplement knowledge from 128 million research papers, advanced AI models, GPT-4, GPT-4o, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and so forth. Variability, data, citations with every AI output. So license tier 1 is $59. You get one team seat. So that's basically just yourself. 20 gigabytes of storage, 20 calls in 3 hours rate limit. So if you're going to be using this tool heavy, you're going to need to jump up into license tier 2. That seems to be the case, right? For light usage for these lifetime deals, license tier 1 is fine. But if it's going to be a tool that you're going to use in your arsenal on a daily basis, then you're probably going to need to get license tier 2 at $129, which gives you 60 gigabytes of storage, 50 calls per 3 hours, and so forth. Back to license tier 1 at $59, you get data extractions, 25 documents per extraction, and literature review, 8 columns. So once you get up into license tier 2, you get those 50 calls in 3 hour rate limit, literature, 50 columns, data extractions, 100 documents per extraction, unlimited AI writer, a content humanizer, and unlimited AI writer plagiarism check. So if you're really wanting to use this as a blog writer or something like that, then of course you're going to want to jump up into license tier 2 because it has the content humanizer and the plagiarism checks and so forth. Then you can go into license tier 3 at $249. You're going to get 100 gigabytes of storage. And if you want to add anyone to your team account, then you can get 3 team seats right here, and that is at $249. A lot of times you don't know what the clarity on this is. If one team seat just means yourself, or does that mean that they're giving you one team member, right? So then there's actually 2 of you. One is the master primary account user, and then you can add one team member. That kind of, sometimes you could interpret this different ways, right? But the only way to be certain is license tier 3, you get 3 team seats right there. And the way that I take this is that you'd be able to add 2 people to your account for a total of 3 and so forth. So let's go and take a look. We've got questions being asked, and they look like they are following up very quickly. We don't have any reviews yet because it just launched. Let's go take a look at the tool right over here. So we're logged into the dashboard. It's a very simple, clean user interface with light gray borders and kind of a white background. So just very, very kind of you just kind of get like an educational school type feel when you're inside of the tool. You can go over here to the left-hand side and go over references, writer, workbooks, and chats. It looks like we can come over here to the question button and we can chat with them. We can join their Discord, email, help guide, and we can go and look at their changelog and their roadmap. We can also go into our account over here, go into settings. You can actually change your citation style. So APA is the most common, but you have all kinds of MLA, other types of ways to cite. But the most common, I believe, are MLA and APA. So we'll keep it where it's at APA. It looks like they do have a Zotero integration. Import papers from your Zotero collections. Connect right there. All right, so let's go back to home. We can chat with a PDF. I'm going to go and select some PDFs and upload them. We can upload up to 3 documents. That's one thing just right off the bat. Like, I don't know why we are only able to upload 3 documents. I would like to be able to upload a lot more. To chat with more than 3 documents at a time, first add them to references. And I will just say right here, noticing a misspelling on references right there. Those are just little things that I notice in software. And when you misspell things, it just doesn't look good on your software, right? And so there's a misspelling right there of references. So first add them to references or library, and then you can initiate that chat directly from selecting papers. So, okay, so we'll try that in just a minute with references, but let's just say we wanted to quickly chat with a PDF. We could go and select real quick, and let's just go and say, we're going to chat with this one about finding your perfect niche with YouTube. So it's going to upload that for us right now. And then we're going to push the proceed button right here. So we've upload PDF. And this is the PDF right here. It's 15 pages long. Try out these below. So what is the importance of having a niche for YouTube? What are the consequences? So let's just click on one and see what ends up happening. So now we're going to chat with a chat bot, and we're going to ask the PDF questions, and it's going to come back, and it's only going to use the information in the PDF that we have uploaded for answers. So again, this is a great way to control the data and the sources and of what you're going to create and research for yourself. So now what it came back with was the importance of having a niche for YouTube. The definition in initial importance, a niche is essentially a specialized segment of a market, and it's going to cite where this is at. So this information is on page 1. If I click on this, does it take me and highlight where it's at? Let's see. And come through here and click on this. It just says it's on page 1, but it doesn't, I'm not seeing where it highlights. Let's go and see if we can highlight. I clicked the highlights button, and I guess it's just going to create some highlights for us based on the whole document. And so here are the main highlights. Importance of a niche, choosing a niche flexibility, standing out in a niche, criteria for selecting a niche. So a lot of stuff about niche. So let's just try something else right here and say, write me a blog outline for how to select a perfect niche for YouTube. I'm going to push enter. Paperguide's going to go out there, and hopefully it's going to create a blog outline for us that we could go and further write in here, or we could go and use our favorite AI writer. So that was fast. So we can go and take a look at this real quick. The blog outline, we have our introduction. Here's our hook, our purpose right here, overview, section 1, understanding the importance of a niche. It's going to give that definition of a niche. So what you could do with this is very, very in-depth. The concept of the formula or diagram, and then we can go over here, the criteria for selecting a niche. We got all this good stuff over here. And then what we could do is you could actually highlight this whole thing and go and put that into ChatGPT and say, only use this information or something like that to write for us. Okay. So that's pretty cool. Maybe we could also just specify, hey, we don't want the definition. We don't want some of the details in here. We just want the outline in. Let's just go ahead and try it, I guess. So good, but give the outline in only heading format. So H1, H2, and H3 format, along with bullet points. Don't need definitions. And I'm just going to try that again. It's going to go out there and give it another go on this. And so it did much, much better that time. So we can come back and look at our new improved outline. We've got our introduction. We wouldn't need the hook, purpose, and overview, but we have the understanding of an importance of a niche. So yeah, we just take that part out of there. But I don't know if it's my favorite type of outline, but certainly you can mess around with this and see what kind of results you can get. Let's click the summary button real quick just to see what it'll do for us with summary. So right now you can see that we are in a chat right here, a chat function over here. We can select new up here and start a new chat. Here is our summary, the introduction. So this would be great if you have this massive 100-page PDF or ebook, right? And you're studying for an exam and you need to know certain things. I can see how this could really work with when you're in school. Say you kind of come over here and you say, hey, in chapter 6, what are the top 10 things that I need to know about this chapter? Something like that, right? Like you could go over here for this one and say, what is the most important 3 things I should know about this book? And so we would chat with Paperguide about this 15-page book and see what the AI tells us. The most important things about this book are the importance of niche selection. The book emphasizes the critical role of choosing a niche for your YouTube channel. A well-defined niche helps in audience engagement and growth by making your content more discoverable and relatable. The concept of becoming a big fish in a smaller pond is highlighted as a strategy to stand out and grow effectively. It also gives your cites the source right there. Also, a big part of the book, sorry if I'm butchering this, it's the IC framework. And that's basically a way that you can, I think you draw 2 circles and then you draw and intercept the circle in the middle. And that is what your perfect niche would be, something like that. And then number 3, criteria and practical steps for niche decision. And then it goes into that right there. So obviously this is a great way to interact. Again, it reminds me a lot of a 4A right over here. And it also reminds me of Google Notebook LM. Let's go and see if we can go to references and then add more. So we have all papers. We're going to upload. You can upload papers from a URL. You can search papers online. Let's go click on that real quick. And we'll just say marketing and we'll type that in right there. And they have all these journalistic articles about marketing. We could add these papers. Let's add all these papers right here. We can go and we could go and start having a chat with this if we wanted to. You can select your paper type, journal articles, and you could sort by authors. Once you start adding more papers in there, you can create a folder over here. We can upload files, and we can add manually right here. Other types, book chapters, book reviews, database article, ebook. Look at all these ways that we can go and add information into here. We can add images, journal articles, news articles, reports, videos, websites, etc. I'm going to go over here and add a paper, upload a PDF, and then see if we can add more PDFs at once. I want to add all of these books right here at once and open. So now this is where we're able to upload. I'm uploading 6 PDF guides right now. You can see the status when it turns green. That's when it is uploaded. Now, I'm not sure why it's saying paper already exists in the references because I have not added them, so I don't know why it's not letting us add that. But now we have all of this marketing information here. You can click on your source and you can actually see more information about where this came from. We have our marketing article and all the different things we can do to, if we were going to cite this, where we would cite it from. We can come over here and click on this source and say AI summary. Why are we not able to do that? No document found. But we could do a intro to niches right here, AI summary. So we're able to do that with adding in the PDF, but I'm not sure when we were trying to add the sources for the marketing articles, it didn't exist. Here's one. So I guess these two, it did not add the article, but I guess there's a PDF on this marketing management right here that did get added. So we can go to AI summary. You can take notes right here, document. You can get more information about this. I'm going to go to AI summary and we'll go to generate key concepts of this marketing management article. and we'll see what it can do for us. Something went wrong. That part's not working. So I'm not really sure why that part's not working and why we have a pay-per-click right here of view PDF, but then there's nothing here. So that's kind of interesting. Let's just go back and mess around with the intro to niches that we uploaded ourselves, and we know that the PDF exists. We can also add tags right there if we wanted to. I'm going to go to key concepts here and see if this will work for us. It looks like it is operating the key concepts of this little book for us right now. I'm going to exit out right there, close that out. All right, so we have our key concepts, niche, elevator pitch, YouTube algorithm. So it's got all kinds of keywords that we're getting from that. That's cool. Let's go and click on the highlights. Let's click on the synopsis. It's going to give us the synopsis of this. And and then here's our highlights right over here that are done for us as well. And then we can generate a summary as well. Pretty cool. And then if you click on one of those, like if I clicked on YouTube algorithm, it's going to go and do some research for us about the YouTube algorithm. Here's Wikipedia right there. So as you can see, this is very research intensive, research heavy. I think that there's a lot of good things that we could do with this tool. We can go back over here to this bib tab and we can chat with this paper if we wanted to. It's going to pull up a new chat for us right here. And you're going to see all this methodology, summary, limitations, key findings, abstract, research, conclusion. And let's just say we want to I'm going to grab this one right here. What are the consequences of not having a clearly defined niche? So it's going to give us what are the consequences. And then we'll see if we can actually cite this. It is giving us I believe that's the APA. So I'm going to say, okay, so I asked it to cite it and it did correctly cite it right here. So pretty cool. So if we wanted to go to workbooks, it says we can do all kinds of stuff, conduct literature review, ask a research question. Is this where they have all kinds of journal papers, find top papers? So find top marketing research papers for email marketing. Let's just see what it can do for us. We'll push the enter button and you can see it works very quickly. It's finding papers, summary for top 8 papers right here. We've got all of these options. We can select these, we can filter, we can do a lot of things over here on the right-hand side. So the software really starts opening up its capabilities when you start doing things like this. We can also export in a CSV, an Excel, or a bib file. Really, so you can do a lot of scholarly research based on real published journal articles and not just people that are writing blogs on the internet that we have to question. So this is very, very much a tool that I would recommend for people that are writing research papers and need extensive research and only facts to be used in their writing. So I'm going to go to the writer real quick. No documents selected, new document. So I'm going to say an essay about the benefits of email marketing for small businesses and push enter there. It's going to go out there and create a new document that we can go out and write. So this is where we would actually go out and start writing. You have a check plagiarism. You have a reference manager right here where we can actually add and cite. So for example, if I wanted to come down here and we'll say continuous improvement right here, we can actually ask AI. So I'm going to go ahead and we can humanize this, improve writing. So this really, really opens up a lot for us. We can change the tone academically, casual, persuasively, boldly, friendly, simply, simplify. A lot of things that we can do. I'm going to say humanize right here. Okay, so I want to use this. Okay, so we can insert this below. We can accept. And so I'm going to go ahead and push accept, and I don't know where it's going to put that. So it literally wrote this underneath here. So evolving and refining your approach. So let's talk about keeping your email marketing strategy fresh and effective. It's not a set and forget it ideal or deal. You'll want to continuously fine tune your approach, adapting to new trends. So here we are, we're writing based on facts. And then what we would want to do is highlight this. And then we would want to push this cite source. And we can come in here and we can actually cite a source in here if we wanted to. So these are the sources. It's going to write this based on the sources that we've provided, which is super cool. So let's just say we got this. I mean, it doesn't say where we got this from, but let's just say we want to a site right there. Then we would be able to add in our citation right there. And then we have an outline right here, and you actually can go in here and start writing if you wanted to right here. So pretty cool stuff right there. So this has been Paperguide. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. It's really hard to give this a bad grade. The more I used it, the more I was impressed. And when I finally got to that very end where we were actually going to write a paper or a blog post or whatever we want, and having the citing next to it and being able to only write information that's based on facts and references that we select, I think that's extremely powerful and could be very useful. And it could be very useful for blogging, especially in niches that require real factual information. If you're running a health blog or a financial blog or something like that, I could see how this could really, really work. I also can see how this would work really well for students, college students, and so forth. Overall, I mean, it was just really easy to use. I think it's very useful for a targeted audience. And I would just have to say that I would give this a 4.5. It's pretty much got a little bit of everything in there. I did seem to have a couple bugs with processing a couple of the documents and so forth. And there's always room for these tools to grow. And unless it's just superb and perfect, I'm not going to give the 5 stars out. I'm sparingly about that, but definitely this is very solid. Paperguide 4.5. What do you guys think? And I'll see you in the next video.